With that being said, I think that's going to do it for the WWE part. But I know some people are wondering, what do I think of this whole thing with TNA Wrestling? First of all, I dig the whole thing. I think TNA is getting a little better, but I can't say it's going to get a whole lot better. It's just getting better to where it is. From the whole thing with the tag team series involving Team 3D and the Hardys and the Wolves, all I can say is they got an announcement coming up this Wednesday on Spike TV. So when you guys get an opportunity, check out Impact Wrestling. And I bet anything that those three teams are going to go at it one more time, but make it happen at Bound for Glory, because as you guys know, Bound for Glory is going to take place over in Tokyo, Japan. For the first time, TNA Wrestling is going to appear in Tokyo, Japan, and that's going to be awesome. I say have those three teams go at it, but make it interesting. Make it something that not even the WWE can come up with. Because if it's going to be a TLC match, and that's going to be what it is, well, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind watching that match, but at the same time, it's just pretty much a repeat of seeing a TLC match from over, what, 15 years ago? You remember that? But nonetheless, if it happens at Bound for Glory, fuck it. Let it happen. As long as we get our money's worth, and as long as we see somebody become tag team champions. But I think personally, and I think others feel, that Team 3D should become the 24-time tag team champions. Win the tag team titles. They're already going to get inducted into the Hall of Fame. So make it happen. And also, sorry about that. Besides the whole thing with the tag team division, how about the Knockouts division? How effective is this new girl, this new Knockout, Havoc? I mean, my God. I mean, you know, I haven't seen anyone that devastating in TNA Wrestling since Awesome Kong. When Awesome Kong came to the scene a long time ago, she pretty much terminated and destroyed every single TNA knockout that ever came in her way. But when Gail Kim came along, Gail Kim and Awesome Kong had some great feuds. Had some awesome feuds. It's what made the Knockouts division what it is. And ever since then, the Knockouts division has not really been the same, but it started to pick up. And now with Gail Kim as the Knockouts champion, Havoc comes in doing exactly what she does, creating havoc all over TNA Wrestling. So this coming Wednesday night, we're going to see Havoc go one-on-one against Gail Kim for the TNA Knockouts division. Do I see her becoming the new Knockouts champion? No. I don't want it to happen. I do want this feud, however, to escalate even further. How further? October 12th. Tokyo, Japan. Bound for Glory. Gail Kim, Havoc, Knockouts Championship. At Bound for Glory. You couldn't pick a better event than that. And you know something? My thoughts on Austin Aries. My thoughts on the greatest man that ever lived. And he will have his opportunity to take on Bobby Lashley, I think, this coming Wednesday on Impact Wrestling. But personally, I'd like to see Austin Aries versus Bobby Lashley versus Bobby Roode at Bound for Glory triple threat match, but make it an elimination. Make it an elimination. Make it Bobby Lashley, Bobby Roode, and Austin Aries triple threat match, elimination rules for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And personally, to me, Bobby Lashley is one of the greatest champions I've ever seen. One of the most dominant champions I've ever seen. There's going to be some people that are going to say, oh, well, he's no Brock Lesnar. Well, at the same time, Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar is no Bobby Lashley either. At least we see our champion in TNA. What's Brock Lesnar doing? He's winning a title at a pay-per-view, and then he doesn't appear until the next couple of weeks. What a champion! But nonetheless, I can't wait to see Bobby Lashley versus Austin Aries. Could happen on Wednesday, or it could happen at Bound for Glory. Who knows? Expect it to come. And, well, I think we've pretty much covered everything in TNA. I know there's a whole lot more, including the possibility of Kurt Angle maybe going to WWE. Maybe. I also heard a lot of other things, including Jeff Hardy. I've heard some crazy stories about him, something about him going to the Royal Rumble, he could appear there, and you know what, a lot of people were saying a bunch of stuff about Jeff Hardy last year, and he was supposed to appear at the Royal Rumble, but that didn't happen either. So I'm not going to start any rumors about that. I'm just going to say, hey, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, oh well, let's move on, okay? And all I can say is that's going to do it for this edition of the Main Event Talk right here. I am back, and just to let everybody know, you know, I was away for September all this time. And the only reason why I stayed away was because of another show that is entitled the same show that I thought would appear on YouTube, but I didn't see it. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen anything on YouTube about it at all. So it kind of tells me I wasted my whole time trying to avoid September just because I wanted the other show to do its thing on YouTube, but instead it's streaming. It's streaming, right? You're on the computer doing what you have to do. You're basically talking about the same thing I'm talking about, but the only difference is you're going by political things and you're going by what you think, or what the WWE thinks, or what TNA thinks, or what Ring of Honor thinks. Me, I'm going with what the fans want. I'm going with what the fans think. Because here's the thing. There's all sorts of wrestling shows that can be the same. And then there's me. I don't want to be the same. I want to be different from everything. And I don't want to get it from any other person's perspective that goes by what the organization wants. I want to go by what the fans want. Because the fans mean more than the organization. Because if it wasn't for the fans, the organizations that are around right now would not exist. We made it happen. WWE may have made millions, but we are the ones that made millions for him. That's the truth. The same applies to TNA, the same applies to WCW, the same applies to ECW, the same applies to Global Force Wrestling, the same applies to Ring of Honor, the same applies to every organization that we dig, that we watch, because we are wrestling fans. We will always be wrestling fans. And to the others, oh, they stopped watching wrestling because, oh, I didn't want to watch because Jim Ross is not there anymore. Oh, I stopped watching wrestling because Hulk Hogan's not there anymore. Oh man, I used to watch wrestling, man, when Ric Flair was the man. Here's the thing. I've been through the Hogan era. I've been through the Flair era. I've been through every single era. The Attitude era, the NWO era, the King of the Ring era, the Bret Hart era, the Shawn Michaels era. Every era of wrestling that's ever been done. Whether it's WWF, ECW, WCW, and any organization alive. The bottom line is, I'm for the fans, not for the organization. You know why? Because the organizations can't seem to get their shit straight. And how is it that the fans want to get them straight? That's the truth. Whether you like it or not. So until then, guys, this is going to do it. But I am coming back. Oh yeah, because this is just the beginning. This is only the beginning, my friends. I'm back in October. And while you go ahead and decide to do what you have to do on your stream, I will do what I can on my Main Event Talk. The one, the only Main Event. You can follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram. You can see all of my videos on YouTube. And I am the real deal. There's no other Main Event Talk but me. And if you choose to challenge me, I'll put you in your place. I've put a lot of people in their places before. This will be no different. So ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. Don't forget to check out WWE Main Event this Tuesday. Mark Henry versus Believe. Anyways, that's going to happen on WWE Main Event on the WWE Network. Also, check out Impact Wrestling coming this Wednesday night on Spike TV. Also, check out NXT coming this Thursday. Friday Night SmackDown on Friday Night SmackDown. I was about to say Friday Night SmackDown on Monday night. Oh, before I go, how many mistakes happen on Monday Night Raw? Let's see. Let me bring up one. Welcome back to Friday Night Raw. Really, Michael Cole? Really? and anyways, by the way, just to let everybody know, yes, there's a new guy in the SmackDown team. There's JBL, there's Michael Cole, and then there's that other guy in the middle that nobody even gives a damn about. Okay? But the bottom line is, he's there. That's all you have to know. He's there. And what's even more ridiculous, there's bunnies on Raw, and there's now an alligator on Raw. And why you put an alligator on Raw, I don't know. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon with another episode of the Main Event Talk. The only talk for the fans, by the fans, and that is how I roll. Why? Because I can, and I want to. Any questions? Enough said. After these messages, we'll be right back.